Hey everyone, welcome back to Safety Talks. Today we're digging into something serious, electrical hazards, and what we all need to do when incidents happen. This topic hits close to home. We've had a recent event that could have been a lot worse, and it reminds us all how quickly things can go wrong. I'm going to pass it over to our mill supervisor to explain what happened.
Thanks. So, here's what went down. An electrical contractor was working on a ladder around energized wires when there was an arc flash. He wasn't directly touching the wire, but he came in contact with indirect current, and that arc flash hit hard. He ended up with first and second degree burns to his right hand, thumb, and fingers. His partner got him to the hospital right away. Thankfully, no one else was hurt, but let's not kid ourselves, this could have been fatal. And while it was a contractor doing the job, it happened in our space. That's a shared responsibility. We need to stay aware. Let me kick it over to our forklift operator to talk about what that means for the rest of us.
Yeah, we all see these contractors working, up on ladders, by panels in the corners of our spaces, and we usually just walk by, right? We assume they've got it covered because that's their job. But this accident proves that even the pros can get hurt. If we see something off, like an open panel, no tape, no signage, it's on us to speak up. Doesn't matter who's doing the work. We're all sharing the same floor, the same air, and the same risk. We've got to stop thinking electrical safety is just for electricians. It's for anyone nearby. Now, I'll pass it to our material handler to talk about what happens after something like this.
Appreciate it. When something like this goes down, injury or property damage, the next step is automatic. Drug screening on the spot. That's a hard rule. Doesn't matter how bad the injury looks. In this case, the contractor was clearly hurt, so the supervisor needed to call company nurse right away. That's our 15-minute window to report and get a response. If medical treatment's needed, the person goes to an approved facility. If they say no, they sign a refusal form. Either way, we've got to fill out all the documentation, update the safety task assessment, and get it done within 24 hours. That's not busy work. It's how we make sure we handle things right and stay ahead of problems. Let's hear from our site operations manager on why this reporting matters so much.
Thanks. Look, that contractor was injured just feet away from where our team works. You might think, not our employee, not our problem, but that's the wrong mindset. This happened on our site. It reflects on our culture, our response, and our leadership. And when something like this happens, it's not just about fixing the immediate problem. It's about preventing the next one. That's why we need full, immediate reporting. Not partial, not later, not when it's convenient. Call or text your supervisor. Call me if you can't reach them. Even a quick heads up lets us help. We can walk you through secondary steps, like barricading the area, hanging signage, or contacting support. I'm handing it back to Mr. Safety to tie this back to our bigger picture.
Thanks. So let's take a step back. That arc flash didn't just affect the guy on the ladder. It could have hit someone standing nearby. It could have started a fire. This isn't a theoretical hazard, it's real. We don't fix electrical issues. We don't assume things are powered down. We don't guess. We report, we follow process, and we protect our team. And that includes making sure we've got the medical and return-to-work steps in place if someone's injured. But bigger than any form is our responsibility to speak up when something's unsafe. Now let's hear from a mill supervisor again about what this means on the floor.
Right. Just because we're not licensed electricians doesn't mean we get a pass. We work around energized machines, cords, panels, and chargers every single shift. If something doesn't look right, say something. Don't wait. If a panel's left open, if a cord's exposed, if a contractor is working alone and something feels off, stop and call your lead. Or call me. Or call the site operations manager. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be fast. One conversation can prevent a life-changing injury. Forklift operator, back to you.
And don't forget the little stuff. You ever drive past a charger and the cord's dragging? You ever see one in a puddle? That's a hazard too. I always check my cords, hang them up, and avoid shortcuts. And I inspect before I use anything. A split cord or cracked plug isn't probably fine. It's a problem waiting to happen. Don't assume power is off just because the room is quiet. Electricity doesn't warn you, it just hits. Material handler, can you close the loop on reporting?
Yeah, and it can't be said enough. Report everything, even if you think it's minor, even if no one got hurt, because the next person might not be so lucky. A near miss is still a red flag. You report it to your admin, process coordinator, or direct supervisor. Additionally, you must call or text your site ops manager or mill safety supervisor. You keep your team in the loop. That's how we build a culture where things don't get overlooked, where no one gets surprised, where we actually protect each other. Site ops, final thoughts?
Here's what I want everyone to remember. We don't get to say, "That's not my responsibility" when it comes to safety. Whether it's a contractor or a teammate, if it's happening on our site, we're involved. We stay alert, we speak up, and we follow through. That's how we stay ahead, and that's how we keep our customers' trust. Mr. Safety, bring us home.
All right, team, here's the bottom line. Embrace the power of safety. Respect electricity and understand its importance. Handle only what you're trained to manage. Report every injury and every hazard with confidence. Expect a drug test if there's damage or injury. If someone is hurt, reach out to company nurse immediately. Keep your supervisor in the loop. Keep site ops informed. Act quickly and decisively. Most importantly, embody our safety commitments. See safety, own safety, solve safety. That's how we lead, and that's how we protect each other. Until next time, stay sharp, stay aware, and stay safe.